brand new Texan, guys. Moved to San Antonio in January this year, and we're loving our new Texas life. I'll give you a quick background on myself and the reason they asked Harvey and myself to come up here and share some tips on being successful on your challenge. I was a personal trainer, guys, for 20 years. I was a professional physique athlete for about a decade. I won the Figure Olympia twice. I won the Arnold Classic Figure International 3 times. Personal training, like I said, 20 years. So I have a significant fitness background. I think that's why they wanted me to come in and share some tips. Quick backstory, guys. I retired from competing at the end of 2009. Wanted to be involved in the health and fitness industry somehow. Was a little burnt out on counting out sets and reps in a gym, and looking for another vehicle. And very, very fortunately, I was introduced to the challenge. And obviously, the first thing I did was a bunch of research on the science of our products, and went, all right, well, low in sugar, low in fat, gluten-free, lactose-free, low in sodium, high in fiber. That's probably something I can get behind. And they flew me out to try the product because I thought for sure it was going to taste awful. And I was pleasantly surprised. Tried the product and went, well, science is there, it tastes like cake. Might be something to this whole thing. And there was. And now, as you guys know, 3.5 million people have taken the challenge, 15 million pounds lost. The challenge works, no doubt about it. But we're going to share some additional tips on how you guys can be successful. Mr. Harvey Staples, take it away.
Absolutely. I don't know how I'm going to follow that up. But, I never competed in fitness or competition, but I was a personal trainer for 2 decades. And I actually went through my own transformation over those 2 decades. I came out of high school at 6'4", 160 pounds. Ended up becoming a pro football player at 225 pounds, understanding the importance of better nutrition. And I've literally been looking for something like this for that period of time, and looked at tons of different companies, and some good companies out there, somewhat one-dimensional, but when I saw ViSalus and the science that was behind it, like Jenny said, it was a no-brainer. You know, the amount of nutrition that goes into one shake, you'd have to eat over 8,000 calories to get the amount of nutrition in food for what we get out of one shake. So after I did all my science, my research too, I went to school for kinesiology. I certified with the National Strength and Conditioning Association as a trainer and was doing the same thing. And the one thing that was very difficult to teach people and get them committed to was how to eat properly. You know, training people was the easy part. Getting them to commit to the stuff outside of the gym was the hard part. And this was a simple, easy vehicle that literally I feel works on the 80% that we're trying to teach people. And the 80% of the people that don't even go to the gym that want to get these types of results. So it was a no-brainer. You know, once I retired from football, I used to play pro football in Canada, and you know, I went into firefighting thinking that was the way to go, and it was going to be that secure job, great family life, decent pay. When the challenge was presented to me by a friend of mine that I won the Grey Cup with in Canada, he had no idea the situation that we were in at that point. We were 1 year out of bankruptcy. Even though I was making 80 grand a year, we did not have a lavish lifestyle. It was just regular living costs. But we were literally 20 bucks away from going through bankruptcy again. So when I saw the challenge and the mission and the people that were behind this and the culture, I got on board right away. And my wife, she went from a size 12 to a size 6 in 90 days. I put on 23 pounds of muscle and earned a free BMW in 26 days.
You might recognize him as a role model as well. Women out there, you recognize this guy?
Canadian. But it has been an amazing experience, and you know, being a trainer, we're limited to the number of people that we can help in a day. You know, we trade an hour for that one person, but that person can't go and help the next person, right? So it kind of stops there, and you're trading hours for dollars. I was like, I'm doing 10, 12, 14-hour days sometimes, and it's not getting paid for it. When I saw how the challenge worked, and then we could help exponentially more people, it's literally been that way. We've been able to help thousands and thousands more people that would take me literally a couple lifetimes to do as a personal trainer. So I'm excited to be here with you guys today.
I love it. I'm excited too. So guys, a handful of tips, additional tips that will help you succeed on your challenge. Everybody's on an auto shipment, correct? Everybody's on a kit?
Yes.
So what happens if you don't take it every day?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work, right? It makes me crazy when I talk to people and they're like, oh, you know, I don't need my auto ship the next month. I got 3 bags of shake left. Like, what are you doing? It doesn't work if you don't take it. So choose the kit that's right for your goal, whatever your particular goal is. Whether you want to build lean muscle mass, you want to lose body fat, you want to train for a triathlon, whatever your goal is, choose the kit that's right for your goal. And then make sure that you take that kit every single solitary day. Another key tip.
Yeah, it's, and you know, people have reached a plateau, and then you end up walking them through a day and figuring out what they've been doing. And more times than not, they're not drinking the shake. It doesn't work if you don't work the challenge. So stay committed, pick the right goal, right? Or pick the right kit for your goal. I think that's a big mistake. People pick according to price. You're going to save money regardless of whatever kit you're going to be on, because you're going to get to your goal that much quicker. It's going to be that much more exciting. But sometimes when you put more skin in the game, you're going to be more committed to getting the result, right? So set people up for success, get them on the right kit for their challenge goal, and get them there now.
Awesome. So guys, I'll tell you a quick story about my family. When I started with the challenge January 2010, so the first thing I did was put my whole family on the challenge to prove that it worked, or didn't work, right? So I said, well, you guys be the case study for me. And in the first, let's say 4.5, maybe 5 months, my mom lost 65 pounds, my dad lost 45 pounds, my brother lost 55 pounds, and my sister-in-law lost 65 pounds. Which, yeah, that's a win for sure. But you know the reason why, and I was a trainer for 20 years, so it wasn't like I didn't try to help my family get healthy. I wrote them more diet workout programs than I could count. But they would never follow it because it wasn't simple. B, it didn't taste very good, what I was recommending. So all I had my family do, their diet previously was no breakfast. They had a huge lunch. They didn't eat anything in the afternoon, had a huge dinner, went to bed. And then of course they would say to me, hey Jenny, I only eat twice a day. I can't imagine why I'm not losing any weight. Do you know anybody like that? Right? So all I had my family do, have a shake for breakfast, make a smarter choice for lunch, have a shake again in the afternoon, have some sort of protein and vegetables for dinner. And it's teaching people to eat small meals throughout the day. And that's really the key to Visal's success, is teaching people to eat small meals throughout the day, and people stick with it because it tastes great, right?
Absolutely. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that, you know, well, I can't eat too much because I'm a bigger person. Your body goes into starvation mode if you're only eating once or twice a day, because it doesn't know when it's going to get fed next. You know, I eat 6, 7, 8 times a day sometimes, and people are like, what do you mean? How can you maintain a single-digit body fat? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to them because they haven't lived that lifestyle yet. But when you're constantly giving your body fuel, the right type of fuel, then your body's going to know it's going to continue to get fed. It doesn't have to hang on to anything, right? And you're going to have a better level of energy throughout the day. You're going to have more restful sleeps, and you're going to get better results from whatever activity you're involved in.
Awesome. And I would say with this, guys, one of the keys that people, one of the derail from their challenges, they make poor snacking choices. And thank goodness we've got a brilliant company, brilliant co-founders, and a brilliant scientific advisory board that is helping us with amazing snack choices. And you guys are going to get a chance to learn about that tonight. I can tell you, I was telling Harvey earlier, I was smuggling it in. I smuggled into a bathroom, like a couple corridors down, and was eating it in the bathroom because I didn't want anybody to see it. So you guys are in for a treat. Smart snacking is coming your way.
She did not share it with me either.
Right at all. But I really think that is a key, guys. And another thing is being prepared. I saw in Harvey's bag, he showed me about 6 meals that he has. So being prepared, yeah, he's gonna show us. Being prepared is really a key to your success and your challenge. If you're just like, wake up and, man, I hope that I run into something healthy today, it's probably not going down like that, right? And how many of you know that? Yeah.
So,
Give them some love.
just so you don't know, we're not preaching up here. Be prepared. If you fail to prepare, then you're doomed to fail. So we got some greens here. We got some chicken salad with a little bit of carbs. This is my shake, my Vi shake. This is some oatmeal with some Vi shake in it, 2 scoops of Vi, and then we got some tuna salad.
So you only stay looking that way if you are prepared. So I would encourage you guys, obviously, everything that Visalis has are fabulous options to stay on your challenge. But additionally, there's smart choices out there, whether it's, you know, low glycemic fruit, whether it's nuts, whether it's, you know, your leftovers from the night before that you bring with you, whether it's a snack, a Vite Crunch in a pack, whatever it is, making smart choices and being prepared. You cannot leave your house and just go, hope I bump into something. Because what you're going to bump into is a fast food, right? Or you know, a bagel or something like that. So you want to make sure that you're staying prepared.
Yeah, and being prepared too. Like when you go into the grocery store, you need to go in there with a plan. Do not go grocery shopping hungry. That is the worst thing you could do. Go in, have a nice big hearty meal, healthy meal, before you go in there. But the one tip that I'll give you when you go grocery shopping is do not go down the middle aisles. You do not need to go down the middle aisles. If you pay attention to what's actually in the grocery store, stay on the outer rim of the grocery store. You will never need to go up and down those little aisles there. That is just all boxed, food-like products.
Food-like products. I like it. So another thing, guys, to food-like. We stay away from those food-like products. Another thing to stay away from, guys, is juices. Juices tend to be extremely high in sugar. Even fruits, people are like, oh, I eat a lot of fruit. It's sugar, right? Any way you slice it, it's still sugar. And if you're not utilizing those calories, they actually do turn into fat. Same thing goes with alcohol. Right, so you have to, and I'm from Napa, like I'm a huge Red Wine fan, but you really do have to, consume less alcohol in order to keep that blood sugar down as well.
And the alcohol thing will also slow your metabolism too, right? It's one thing to have a celebration, but if you're doing it every day, it's going to continue to slow your metabolism down, so moderation.
I love it. All right, guys, so how about, do we have anybody that's out there on an active or fitness challenge? Active or fitness, I love it.
Everybody building some muscle right now?
Building some muscle.
Who's the gun show? Who's got the gun show? Who's got the biggest guns in here? It's not me. I know that. I've seen some pretty jacked up dudes around here.
Jacked up dudes.
The guy's about to take that my model around the way in a hurry.
So guys, clearly getting active is key. I will say this, my family lost all that weight, almost 250 pounds without moving a muscle. Now obviously as a trainer for 20 years, that's not what I recommended, but it was a catalyst that got them moving. Anybody in here went from completely sedentary to now you're on an active challenge goal? That's what I love about the challenge. People are like, well, what happens when I quit? I was like, you choose another one, and you do it again, and again, and again. So yeah, guys, this is it's an amazing way for you to, take it from completely sedentary to now. Now my mom's in a bowling league, and my dad's out hunting and fishing, and my brother joined a gym. But yes, 100%, guys, putting on some lean muscle mass. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. Write that down. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn while you sleep. Your body's more metabolic.
Who likes burning calories when you sleep? Yeah. Right? And this goes out to the ladies too. A lot of women think, and I'm sure Jenny could attest to this, this is her wheelhouse, but women think that they should not do weight training because they're going to get big and bulky. I guarantee you that's not going to happen, right? You need to have weight training in your daily routine because it's going to help with osteoporosis and just good bone strength, ligaments and tendon strength, good overall health. But your muscle is going to get more dense as opposed to big, right? And there's different ways to train for bigger muscles. Trust me, the women, you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to burn more calories when you're not working out, people ask me about what I do for cardio all the time, and I was just joking with, where is he? Mr. Travis there, and I just lift weights faster. Right?
Multitasking.
There's HIIT programs, high intensity interval trainings that you can do that takes 20 minutes, you can get it done, there's no hour long, you can do it that way. I'm not built that way.
Another thing, guys, obviously we want to make sure that you get in some cardiovascular exercise as well. Clearly for your heart health, in addition to fat loss, I would vary it as well. So you don't have to do the same thing every day. A lot of times people are like, I don't want to be in the gym every day. Well, don't be. Get outside, go for a run, go for a walk, go for a hike. Do something outside and do something with other people, right? So it's supposed to be fun. It's an active lifestyle. It's supposed to be fun. So do it with other people, find a friend, join together.
Yeah, we've got up in the West Coast, Vancouver, BC, we've got what we call Workout Wednesdays. So we've got boot camps for people to come out and get different ideas, be around the group atmosphere, and start, not everybody's going to be doing every single exercise. There's always variations depending on the difficulty or level that they're at that point. But it gets around that supportive environment where you can start with even just body weight exercises. Sometimes we bring some ropes or some heavy balls and stuff to toss around or throw back and forth. But just be creative, keep it fun, and just lift something with some resistance.
Lift something. One thing I would say, guys, is ease into exercise. A lot of times people are like, okay, so drop 20 pounds, I'm going to go join the gym, I'm going to go kill it every day for 4 hours. Like, Like, you don't need to kill it every day. Ease into it, and then a lot of times I'll find that people do that, and then they're completely sore head to toe. Like, well, that sucks. I don't want to do that again, right? So ease into it, guys. And a lot of times when you have that lactic acid buildup, doing some more exercise actually will help get rid of that lactic acid.
And what you'll find too, once you get these people on the challenge, whether they're customers or promoters, and they start being committed to their kids, using their kids every day, they're going to get to the point where maybe they weren't thinking about going to the gym or whatever, but they're going to start feeling better, they're going to start losing some inches, and they're going to start maybe just being more playful, having more time to play with the kids. Maybe they're going to feel like going for a walk. Maybe it might evolve to riding a bike for a half an hour a day, or maybe jogging, or maybe they're going to start, hey, I think it's time to go get a personal trainer and figure out what the heck this gym thing's all about, right? That's what I like about it. There's that progression. You've got the weight loss champions, you've got the active and fitness champions, and then, you know, evolution into, you know, some of the fitness competitors, or people that started with weight loss and now they've evolved, now they're going for Bimal. It happens. It's happening right now, and you guys will see that this weekend.
Yes, we're going to bring a handful of them up right now, actually. We've got a handful of people. We figured me and Harvey could stand up here and babble for a while, but you probably don't want to hear us all that long. But we got some people that are really crushing the challenge. They got in the biggest way possible. They're in the process of becoming potentially the future weight loss champions. So we're going to bring them up. I'm going to start with Teresa Thomas out of San Antonio, Texas.
Tips, and two things that have driven me this far is consistency and your why. So I'll start with your why. You have to have a story. You have to know why you're doing this. If you don't know why, where are you going? What's your goal then? My why, a little background too, is I come from a family full of diabetics, kidney failure, heart disease, and I didn't want that for myself. Along with that is consistency. So consistency falls into two roles here. So that is taking your shakes, which they've already touched on, and having a consistent program. If that involves having a support system, it involves having friends and family being involved in your transformation, and then it's also involved with your actual regimen. So every day, if you go 1 week and you're working out 2 days a week, you're taking your shakes every day, you lose 2 pounds, and then next week you don't do the same thing, you're not going to lose 2 more pounds. So it's the same thing. Don't take a week off just because you celebrated that 5-pound loss. So, which I did when I started. So, and everybody has their challenges. It's not an easy process, but you'll get there.
I love it. I'm going to stay right here, so I was reading the question. All right, guys, so I'm going to bring up my very, very dear friend, 5-star ambassador out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, also crushing his challenge in a big, big way, my friend, Mr. Dale Peak.
Hi. All right, guys. Well, my name's Dale Peak from Grand Rapids. Thank you. I know it was Jenny the whole time.
I finally listened.
I know. When I looked at this business 4 years ago, I was 335 pounds, 27% body fat, over 55 inches around the middle, 39 years old. I was a heart attack waiting to happen. I was the guy that when I bent over to tie my shoes, I came up with a pool of sweat on me. I was out of breath walking upstairs. And, I was a heart attack, guys. Fell in love with the shake and lost 125 pounds. 20% body fat now, in the best shape of my life at 43 years old. A couple of tips that they wanted me to share is, first of all, I highly recommend you take the product orally. That was a good one.
It's a good one. I mean, unless you're bathing in it, but you should take it orally. Yes.
He must be from Europe. Secondly, I heard these guys talking about all this cool food down here that Harvey's got. Let me give you a hint. Don't eat crap. Can I just speak freely? Yeah. Bread sucks. You know, we're the only creatures in the world that drink milk after we wean, much less drink somebody else's milk. So what do you think about dairy? It's used to fatten babies. I mean, be smart. Alfredo sauce is not your friend. I mean, guys, next time I give you a set a goal. Set a goal. Pizza wins if you don't set a goal. I was on the Pizza for Life diet. Pizza will kick your ass every single day if you let it. You know, Jason O'Toole said, tell them how to not eat chocolate. I ain't figured that one out yet, but I can get away with not eating pizza. A little bit of chocolate won't hurt you, especially if it's dark chocolate. It's good for the prostate, right, Art? Put it in a shake. Have a chocolate shake.
There you go.
Unsweetened baker's cocoa. Let me give you a hint. A scoop of peanut butter and a chocolate mixed in is still better than a damn cheeseburger you eat. I mean, if you want to look like this, let me give you a hint. This guy's a freaking machine. And this is genuine drugs. You want to get to that level? I mean, these are some of the things you do. You want to be human and normal? Don't eat shit. Let's be real. Here, I'll be done just like that. Shake for breakfast, have a snack, shake for lunch, have a snack. Don't eat an entire pizza for dinner. Don't eat 3 helpings of spaghetti. And don't go to bed with a bottle of wine and a jar of peanut butter. Guys, be smart. We got, and understand it doesn't happen overnight. You didn't get fat overnight.
Right.
You didn't put it on in one meal. You ain't gonna take it off in one day. And you're gonna fail. And it's gonna suck. And you're gonna get pissed at yourself. Get over it. 3 most magic words I can share with you is just get over it. Get over it. Get over it, move on, start again tomorrow. Just get over it.
I'm pretty sure.
That recipe he just showed you, that's what I have after every workout. The cocoa, the peanut butter, and some almond milk, and 2 scoops of Vine. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Shake.
All right, guys, so the next young lady I'm going to bring up to the stage, also out of San Antonio, Texas, Miss Elizabeth Landano.
Hey guys, my name is Elizabeth Londoño. October 31st, 2011, I decided to make a change because about 2 weeks prior, I had gone to a gastro specialist and said I wanted to lose weight by surgery, something that I swore I'd never do. I've been overweight all my life, struggled with weight, sedentary, 3 kids, never spent any time with them, doing activities because I was too heavy, too tired to do anything. And I decided I needed a change, and when I was in the office, all they talked about was money, how much it was gonna cost me, my insurance wasn't gonna cover it, how they can get me into surgery if I just had the money cash, and I can go into surgery within 2 weeks as long as my blood work came out good. And I thought, and I sat there thinking, I cannot believe this lady. So what happens to me after surgery? How do you deprogram me? I didn't even ask the question because I knew she didn't have the answer. And I had been praying long and hard for many, many years to God, find a way that I could lose weight. Well, my friend had given me Vine, but it was in my cupboard. So please, follow up, yes. So follow up with the people you give Vine samples to and make sure they take them. My sister, I gave her some probably the first 6 months I started. She just tasted them about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and she's on the shakes now. Yeah. It took her 3 years to make the decision. So I went home, I cried. My husband said, you've got those shake things, why don't you take them, see if you like them, do what you need to do to make yourself happy. I did, fell in love. I traded actually product from something else I was doing on the side for ViShake, and I got the transformation kit, ordered my transformation kit, got 3 customers, started getting my product for free that following month, so November it was free. It's been free ever since. I've lost 152 pounds. This was my dress.
Don't you love what we do?
See what happens when they actually try it?
You have to ingest it orally.
Orally, there's not baby powder.
Tip of the day from Dale Peak. One last person, guys. We're going to bring that up to the stage. This gentleman has an amazing transformation. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Mr. Ron Hankey out of Auburndale, Florida.
He's got some speed now.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Like I said, I'm Ron Hankey from Auburndale, Florida. A little background with me is I had a couple addictions. I was addicted to drugs for several years. When I stopped that, I gained probably 90 pounds in 6 months. Literally, I had a coworker, well, long story short, addicted to drugs, that turned into food addiction. So again, another addiction. So when I got introduced to the challenge, I said no for 4 months. Until, just like Dale Peak said, I got out of breath tying my own shoe. And I said, enough is enough. I had samples. My first week, I lost 9 pounds. First month, 27 pounds. First 90 day, 47 pounds. I've been in this company for 2.5 years. To this day, I'm down 216 pounds. On top of that, I've actually gained 34 in lean muscle. Thanks for the music. So, couple of tips. I have so many I could share with you. My top 2, keep it simple. Take daily, weekly, and monthly goals for yourself. Take 1 day at a time. Take 1 week at a time. Take 1 month at a time. I've been on the transformation kit. I do 2 months of transformation kit, and I do the fit kit on my 3rd one. I switch it up, because I love the cookies. And the pros and the goes and all that stuff. So my last tip, I always tell all my customers, and I've had probably 180 people sign up on the challenge. I tell them it's 3 components. What are you doing exercise-wise? What are you eating? And are you drinking enough water? If those 3 components, and if you're having a plateau in any way, guess what? It's one of those components. So you need to take those 3 components and run with it. Help people. Challenge everybody, and I mean everybody, even if they say no. Thank you.
Are you guys impressed? We got about 800 pounds lost up here. So, you guys want to open it up to question and answer. Obviously, these people are the experts on all this, but of course, Harvey and I are here as well. So, we're going to open it up. Who's got a question? Now is your chance. If you ever want to know special recipes, you name it. Come on, somebody's out there. There you go. Back there, Scotty.
I just want to add something to your 3 things. I just learned
Sleep's
You need to
extremely
sleep
important.
for 4 hours of your really deep REM sleep a night.
Anybody want to get better rest? Anybody need to get better sleep? Get on the bike pack. Get on the bike pack. It was 100% worth it. It was one of those things. You should do that with every single customer or promoter that joins your team. Tell them to get on the bike pack for a minimum the first month. This is what I do. About 3 weeks in, I'll tell them, or however long in, try not taking it for a couple days. Tell me how you feel. They will not come off the bike pack because most people do not realize how good they should be feeling. They equate it to age or whatever they've gone through, injuries and things like that. My football pain before I started the challenge today was at 80%. Once I started, with ViPack, I used the Fit Kit. It went down to maybe 20% that I manage every day. So definitely, if you haven't tried it, get on it. If you're not on it, get on it. If your team's not on it, get them on it.
The magnesium in the PM ViPack actually does help you sleep, which again, that coupled with stress, everybody's stressed out there in life sometimes, every once in a while. Yeah. That increases cortisol levels, which will increase belly fat as well. So obviously, you can only do so much to decrease stress in your life, but obviously exercise will help with that, and getting enough sleep will help with that as well. Yes, ma'am?
All of your transformations are amazing. Thanks for sharing your stories. That's what we do at Visalis, is share stories. I want the young lady right there. Can you please tell me your name? I missed it. I'm sorry.
My name is Elizabeth Londoño.
Spell your last name, sweetheart.
She's gonna stalk you.
I am.
Londono. London with an O.
Thank you, darling. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Putting my husband to work, you see this?
Hey, what's going on, Vi family?
Hey!
I just want to know, for those of us who have females, who have met our weight, how to build muscle, how to measure that quantitatively, if you would be willing to share.
How to measure your muscle mass?
Muscle mass. Thank you.
Yeah, make sure that you have a personal trainer that does your body fat percentage so that you can determine exactly how much lean muscle mass that you have. And then I would get the same person to measure it probably monthly. When I was a competitor and I was trying to get down to ridiculous levels of body fat, I did it weekly. That's not necessary, but I think if you do it once a month, as long as you're weight training and you're taking your Vi supplements, you should have no problem. Our products are the only products on the market clinically proven to increase lean muscle mass while decreasing body fat. Can I get an amen? Amen. So obviously take your byproducts consistently, but additionally and then weight training, and then I would have you a personal trainer that's skilled to measure it once a month.
There are facilities that you can do, they're called bod pods, where you actually sit in a unit and they'll measure it that way too if you don't have a personal trainer that has body fat calipers. There's underwater body weighing. Some facilities, universities often have that, and it's very accurate as well.
Is there something to be said for variety in the shakes? Because I was doing the same shake, and the only thing I was using variety was fruit. My trainer said that I had to stop doing that because my body adjusted or got used to the same thing every day. Have you ever heard that before?
It just depends on honestly what kind of fruits that you're having. I would say also additionally when you're having your shake. Again, fruits are sugar, right? So there's low glycemic index fruits and there's high glycemic index. To keep your blood sugar level, you want a lower glycemic index. Berries are a good choice. But I would choose probably one that's a lower glycemic index, and I would do it earlier in the day versus, I wouldn't do a heavy sugar-laden shake late at night, because then again, it's essentially dessert. Right?
So is mango and pineapple heavy?
Yeah.
I just buy all the fruits from Costco, the big bags, and just.
You can also use vegetables in the shakes too. There's recipes.fi.com.
I put a cucumber, a piece of cucumber, a celery, kale, and powdered greens, plus a half a cup of fruit. So I'm thinking maybe it's too much fruit.
Well, it's too much fruit.
Okay.
It's too much fruit. If you take advantage of the shake recipes that we have online, there's all sorts: avocado, kale. I've actually been doing, and I just do like banana. I don't do half a cup. I do like just a little bit of piece of banana just to get the sweetness, or I'll use the little shake mix-ins. And I've been making a lot of arugula. and it's like a nutty flavor. So you just have to get creative, do something different, or share, you know, with
So
other
you
people.
don't always put fruit in?
No, no.
So if you did, is a quarter cup better than a half a cup?
The best fruit you can put in is a mix-in. I haven't had, I honestly, except for an occasional cheat meal, I haven't had fruit in a year and a half, 2 years.
See, I've been using fruit and a mix-in every time.
So you don't
The
eat the
rest of my
fruit.
family
All
doesn't
right,
use it.
well, let me ask you this, are you plateaued?
For about 7 months.
Well, then I would change something, and the first thing I would change would be fruit. Pizza. And maybe for a little while, use just water in your shake. You do water?
And mostly water now, but every now and then almond milk or coconut.
I guess these two ladies are whispering in my ear, it's wonderful. Diet green tea. In your shake?
I actually use the Neuro, the Pro, the Vita5 in the shake to give a little flavor.
So variety is really good. Just keep mixing it up.
Just use Visalis products, period. Use all the products.
Are you taking the
It's a great
tablet?
shake. You ever put crunch in your shake? Fantastic. That or just sprinkle a little bit over the top of the shake. Out of Reese's, absolutely.
And if you find you're plateauing, buy trim and metabolite too, right? Buy some. Yeah, make sure you take that as well. So just cut down on the sugar content of the shakes.
I have a customer who complained, well, not complained, but she's like, how did you get rid of the gut? Because, I mean, I sat down and there was like this big, and I was like, well, I do the Vite Shakes. Aren't you doing the transformation kit? We've been doing them together. And she was like, yeah. I said, do you use all the products? Well, I don't use those little packages. I go, that's the key. You have to use everything. Mix that stuff in your shake and take it to town. You've got to do it.
Even cooler than that, Dr. Seidman actually gave me a little hint. Take your Vice Slim, the powder, and a Neuro in your water at midday and mid-afternoon. Actually, the combination of those two together increases your metabolism.
I actually was going to add on that, do kind of warm water with the Vite Trim right before bed, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they'll actually speed your metabolism up while you're sleeping.
Told you they were the professionals.
I have a question.
What was mine? A Neuro and the powder. And my the
Vite Trim for this. Vite Trim.
The one that's the powder. And live on the little pill popping things. Yeah, them. Live on them. Just a bottle or two a day is good. Especially if you're in my downline, it's more volume.
Orally. Orally.
My question is, how do you get in touch with the people that have lost over 100 pounds? Is there a support group? I have a young man who is at 414 started. He's on the shake. He's lost about 30-something pounds in about 5 weeks now. But he really would like to have some support from people who are as big as he is, or have been.
If you want to get with us after on the side, we have a Facebook support group for motivation to lose 100 pounds, and after you reach 100 pounds, we have a separate group we move you into. But we keep all the 100-pound members in the motivation to lose 100 pounds because we're constantly posting things. I wasn't going to give the mic back to him, but I'm going to.
Let me give you a hint. Tonight, during the opening ceremonies, we're going to do a huge, Heather Gazzino and I are actually running this piece. We're going to do a huge recognition section for the 100-pound club. And as a salesperson by trade, which is what I am, and somebody who's, my mission is to motivate people, get somebody or you video that session tonight and make sure he sees it.
Okay.
So say, hey, this can be you at the next event.
Right, he really wanted to come here.
Hi, everybody. I want to know, I'm having problems with people people who see that little bit tiny soy in the product, they say they're allergic to soy. What do I say to them? Because it's very little.
Okay, got you. All right, guys, so it's a non-GMO soy. The isoflavones in our soy have been removed. I was a professional physique athlete. I was helping a lot of girls get prepared for competitions. A regular soy protein actually does increase estrogen. This particular soy protein, the negative side effects or the negative part of the soy have been removed altogether. So you get the heart health benefits of soy without any of the negative attributes. Actually, they put me on the phone with a scientist to prove this to me when I first got started. So that's what I would tell them. A lot of times people say I'm negative to soy. It's no, they're not negative. They're not allergic to soy. It's just they've been told the soy somehow is bad for them. And our particular soy is, again, the heart health benefits of the soy are in our shake without any of the negative side effects. Anything else you guys want to add to that?
Also, we have another product that doesn't have soy, which is the cereal.
Yeah.
So if they say, hey, I'm allergic to soy, well, guess what? You can do the Crunch.
And the bloating, when they first get on the product, the bloating is just the detox, right? Yeah. Okay.
And they could be using too much milk in their shakes as well. Too much milk. Not using almond milk instead of regular milk. And there's also fiber, a large amount of fiber in it that tends to bloat people.
You talk about the soy, people ask me that all the time. Like, I heard soy causes man boobs. I said, no, pizza causes man boobs. I started drinking this stuff and I don't have no more. Show a before and after picture of me or my buddy Jim in the back's lost 125. Jim and I were the perfect examples of guys who needed Wonder Bras when we started. And you know what? The soy in the product didn't hurt us enough. So I mean, sometimes it's just maintaining your posture. Sometimes it's just maintaining your posture with people. People think.
To this, I recently went through an experience. My wife went through breast cancer a little over a year ago, and you always hear about these soy concerns. And I had Kybox, the soy issue, like Jenny, when I started this. Right, it wasn't a concern for us, but we thought, hey, we're here. Let's talk. We were at the BC BC Center for Cancer, and we're talking with the top oncologists there, and we brought everything in, and we said, what is your opinion on soy, and is this a concern? Should we be concerned with this because we haven't seen any problems with it? And he said, literally, it is the biggest embarrassment to the medical community. Wow. There was a couple studies done a few decades ago that were very poorly done. The media got a hold of it and absolutely exploded it into something that is not, and they're actually having to eat their words now, because if you look at the Asian population, how many portions of soy do they eat a day? They do not have any of the medical issues that we claim that soy is a problem causing here in North America. It's one of the most complete proteins out there, and it's one of the reasons why the ViShake is so amazing. The Trisorb, extended release, it's the long-term release protein. Trust me, it's there for a reason. These scientists and doctors that formulated these products, everything they've done, it had a reason. So trust in the products. That's why we're the #1 most consumed shake in the world.
I've got a customer at home who, he can't have the shake. He says he read through it and says, hey, I've got, it says shellfish on it. And I'm allergic to shellfish. What's the deal with that? I like to know on that, because it says on the label of the shake, warning, shellfish.
Well, I'm actually allergic to shellfish, nuts. Like, I was a bubble boy as a little kid. Now I'm not, but with shellfish, I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe it's because of the cookies. It's the cookies that are mixed together on a plant, whatever. Yeah, it's not the product itself, but don't quote me on it.
Bottom line is, our facility manufactures more than just our products, and some of the things that are manufactured there may or may not contain shellfish derivatives. So because that is in the facility, they legally have to put it on the bag, but there is none of that in our product.
Cool,
There's an easy test for a lot of people. If you have people just put their pinky in the shake mix and rub it on the inside of their lip, if their lip doesn't get tingly or begin to swell a little bit there, that, honestly, that's an easy test for me, whether the shake's gonna bother them or not.
Cool, I'll do it.
Worst case scenario is the Facebook.
So there's that.
Would that go for the dairy as well? Because I get people that they say the same thing about there's dairy in it and they can't have dairy because they're allergic to it.
It's usually they're allergic to lactose.
Yeah.
So it's a lactose-free shake. The lactose has been removed. It still is made with whey protein, but it's lactose-free. So generally that's the case. When somebody says, oh, I can't do dairy, it's the lactose generally that they're allergic to. So I would say that.
Sometimes I'll even ask them what type of reaction they get from these allergies that they say they have. A lot of times they don't even know. They were just told by somebody that they were allergic. Do you even break out a rash? Like they don't know. And with the amount of nutrition that goes into these products, a lot of times people's inflammations and allergies tend to be significantly reduced or go away, right? So the benefits definitely outweigh.
Yeah, and also I think the minute you say shake, people think milk, like you have to mix it in milk, and you don't. You know, water, they'll say almond milk, coconut milk, the green tea, rice milk. They even have flaxseed milk now. So you can mix it with any other liquid, and it's okay. Yogurts, if you can find a yogurt that's lactose, water, yes, of course.
Hey, this is for Jack or Jenny. Remember Jack? I think there's a problem. Jack is Jenny. Question, I have a good, strong female. They're all real thin, both customer and promoter. So they can do the cereal barely because it's just an intestinal situation. So they all want to build. So what would be non-vi? Of course, they're on the cereal as a kid, but non-vi food to help build lean muscle for the gals, for the female.
Chicken, turkey, fish, egg whites, any kind of a lean protein. Obviously, those are all building blocks. Those are all, amino acid laden. So lean proteins for sure. For anybody that's looking to build lean muscle mass, obviously in addition to the byproducts.
Yeah, and I mean, it's portion size too, right? I mean, if anybody's gonna put on muscle, you have to be lifting weights of some sort, doing some sort of resistance training. But portion size, a lot of times people want to know how many calories. I don't teach by calories. If that works for you, then great, then do it. I teach by portion size. So the size of the palm of your hand is the size that your protein portion should be. So I always get people to fill up on the protein first, and then fit in the salads and the vegetables and stuff, or whatever carbs are in their diet around that, right? Because protein's the only thing that's going to build muscle, and you can use it for energy. But carbohydrates you can only use for energy. You can't use it to build muscle, right? So when you're buying all this cheap stuff down the middle of the aisles, stay on the outside. Take the protein first. Whatever money you have left over, put it into the other fruits and vegetables.
Oh, well, this is diabetic friendly. Obviously, less than 1 gram of sugar, less than 1 gram of fat. So this is perfect for diabetics. I mean, how many people out there that have gotten off of insulin? A lot of people, right? So it's 100% diabetic safe.
I signed a customer a few weeks ago that was on Medifast, and she had an issue with converting over to Body by Vi, and actually she didn't even give it a chance. She actually, a week into it, told me that she wouldn't be able to continue with Body by Vi because she was used to getting the meals. I guess the meal plans like a sip to her house, or she didn't like the fact that she had the guests that wanted to eat during the day. So what would you say to a person like that? What would you do?
In Canada, there's a meal plan that comes in every bag of shake. There's no guessing. You just pick something off the meal plan and just choose it.
And you're not gonna learn. It's a lifestyle change.
Yes.
And so it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. You have to learn how to cook your food, make good choices. I'm Hispanic. My plate of food was meat, potatoes, rice, yuca, and all sorts of starches. I mean, I could not eat if there wasn't a mound of white rice on top, on my plate. And now I don't even really miss it. And you just have to know how to cook your food. You gotta stop being lazy. It's laziness.
And you know what the bottom line is? Some will, some won't, so what next?
And excuse
I mean, if she's not gonna get up off it and make a milkshake, and she's more worried about going to the microwave and heating up her meal, then so what? As long as she's doing something, if it ain't ours, then so be it. She ain't eating pizza.
This is for Elizabeth. My youngest daughter was 384 and 5'3", and I worked my butt off and paid for bariatric surgery. She's back up to 350. My question to you is what kind of tips to give her, and I wanted to know if you went back to your surgeon that wanted to do bariatric surgery and show him that you've been successful with VI, and how did that go?
You know what, I never went back. I think it would have been a waste of time because I know promoters for ViSalus that actually have worked in these offices, and they've literally said, if I start using this product, I lose my business. Meaning they continue to cut on people instead of helping them find a healthy way to lose weight. So I'm not gonna waste my time if I ever run into somebody, or when anyone talks to me about surgery, I always ask them, give me 90 days. 90 days. And the great thing about ViSalus is it's 90 days money back guarantee. If you don't lose the weight and you've taken orally, that means that you didn't try, or if you didn't, then you're not going to lose the weight no matter what you do. Get with me later and I'll give you my information and I'll talk to your daughter.
One of the things that I learned, and I can't figure out where a lady that just talked. Okay, there you are. There's something else going on. It's not just food.
Thank you.
I mean, we just don't get to be that big and fight through everything and go through that surgery. And I mean, there's something going on. And I think you're just as smart to dive in and try to figure out what's going on in her head. Because there's something that's triggering the binge, it's triggering the eat, it's triggering depression, whatever it might be. And for me, it was depression. For me, it was just life, and it was chronic depression is what created it for me. You know, and feel like I was a failure and rejected in my life, and I had to overcome and fight through that. And you know, and I can tell it when it's coming back. I can tell it if I'm having a bad week. All I want to do is eat. You know, all I want to do is eat. And so, you know, it's not just the food. It's good book. Get her in the back and find it. Get her into the cell phone.
I actually had a customer who started his challenge, and then after a week said he had to stop because he had gotten kidney stones, and he tried to tell me it was because of the soy, but we went over the soy. So I guess what would be your guys' suggestion on how to go about explaining that to him or encouraging him to continue?
You got kidney stones in a week? Stop eating crap, was that what you said?
I am not a doctor, and I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but I am 99.627% sure that you cannot develop kidney stones in 1 week.
Thank you.
I actually just have a comment more than a question. I'm a physical therapist from Kansas City, and I just recently re-watched the shake.thigh.com. I'm a huge science person. I have tore apart every ingredient in the shake, you guys. It is legit, and this comment came from the soy question. Jack, you talked about it too with your wife. They actually made a comment in the shake.thigh.com about how they've disproved all that. So it is legit, people. If anyone's tore apart, I have.
Hi, I have a question about the sucralose. I have a customer that purchased the shake kit, and she was excited about it, and both of her and her friend have cancer. And she says to me, I can't do this product because of the sucralose. So I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Okay.
It's 0.03 micrograms of sucralose. 0.03 micrograms. So it's a little tiny itty bitty amount of sucralose that's in our shake. And I don't believe that it's been proven to cause cancer to begin with. But in addition, it's a really small amount. It's equivalent to, I think, a quarter of a diet soda. And I always tell people the amount of good that we're doing fighting, obesity far outweighs any negative attribute of a little bit of sucralose.
Absolutely.
For sure. And then in addition, then obviously with our crunch now, and that's sweetened with stevia. So for those people that we talked about earlier that are not a fan for whatever reason, crunch.
You would have to have 2 shakes a day for 5 years. 2,000 over it's like 30 for 2 shakes a day for 5 years to get the equivalent amount of sucralose as 1 yellow packet of Splenda. So tell them to get over it.
Okay, I have a question. For ladies that are over that little age where they go through that, so special time, and they're having a lot of trouble actually keeping that in balance. What would you suggest if they were doing the 2 shakes a day and working out on a regular, eating pretty healthy, but it's still the weight is not being consistent, maybe a lot of fluctuations? What would you suggest for that?
Definitely, I would consider make sure that you're weight training, obviously. Like we talked about before, the more muscle you have, the more fat that you burn. So if you're not doing a bunch of weight training now, I would definitely add that in. And then make sure, and I heard Pete say, make sure that you're eating enough. I think a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm not losing the weight. Well, when you total up the amount of calories that somebody's eating in a day, it's 1,300 calories, which for most active people, it's certainly not enough calories. So I would say that's probably the case.
Yeah, you have to, if you're not losing weight, you're not doing it right. I don't care how old you are. You've got to do it right. And when you say kind of sort of healthy meal, then they're not having a healthy meal. What are they adding to it? Are they taking the, and like he said, just like he said, the shake, a snack, a shake, a meal, or a shake and then a meal. That meal is not all-you-can-eat buffet. Don't do that. It's or pizza or beer. It doesn't work. You've got to have that healthy meal. Spend time preparing it. Have it ready before you get home so that you're not starving and you're going to overeat.
I love it.
Last one. Thank you so much, guys. I have just enjoyed this so much today. I have a question. I hope it'll help the crowd here as well. I have a lot of seniors who are just doing the balance kit for 1 shake a day, and some of them have cancer, some of them have some other serious things. And I introduced it to them in place of Ensure and Boost, okay? Is there some wisdom that you can share with me and the crowd here to give us something other than it gives you more flavor, more choices, and the 23, 25 vitamins and minerals and your tri-store proteins? What other points of wisdom that can we share with our seniors?
Well, it's 30% of your vitamins and minerals, obviously, so that's with 1 shake a day, which is great. It's certainly a start in the right direction, but I think for anybody that's looking for any kind of transformation, whether it's transformation in health or transformation in weight loss or transformation in lean muscle mass, you need to do at least 2 transformational, whether it's the shake or the crunch. You need to at least do 2 a day. I think for anybody to see any significant change, whether it's in their nutrition and how they feel and muscle gain, I think that everybody needs to do at least 2 a day. Anything else?
No, and also, as they get older, they eat less. And so this isn't even a meal replacement if they're not looking to lose weight. It's just something else to eat in place of. My mom was in a nursing home, and that's all they gave her was Ensure. And so I would sneak in the shake for her, and I'd make her shake. I'd mix it in yogurt. It's just another way to give them that added benefit of nutrition in their diet. they need it. And the crunch is also good, so they can use a crunch as well.
Just a quick story. I had a customer whose dad was in the hospital and couldn't eat anything. The only thing that he could have was the shake. So it's a great way of having nutrition, like they said.
Awesome. Give our panel up here some love.